Exciting matchup of two Stafford County powers. Both teams come into the game at 4-1, Brooke Point and North Stafford. I really expected this one to be a track meet here, a basketball score almost. Brooke Point comes out with a fairly high-scoring win, 35-21. They get out to a quick early lead, though.
Yeah, 28-7 after the third quarter. I was shocked. I was following the game on Twitter from the Colonial Forge game and was just shocked. 28-7 earlier for Brooke Point. And, you know, that's a huge day, and I think a huge statement for the Blackhawks, where you weren't really sure, you know, is it for real? They've been beating up those Prince William County schools, and here they come with a huge win against, you know, their rival. They've not played any other team more in history than they have North Stafford. And this was a big one, especially for their defense.
No doubt.
Especially for their defense.
No doubt. Impressive performance on the defense. Let's get to them first then. Brooke Point, 8 sacks, 4 turnovers, 2 block punts, special teams, I suppose, on that. But still, and they hold this very potent North Stafford offense to 21 points. Awfully impressive on the defensive side of the ball. They had some pretty impressive offensive performance as well, though.
Sure enough, Damone Drew with another big day, 32 carries for 198 yards, including a first quarter touchdown that helped get them up 14-0 right out of the gate. And I mean, yeah, Brooke Point again. Brock Carnes with another good day, 14 of 20 passing for 143 yards. He threw for 2 scores. Just a good all-around effort from the Blackhawks.
We mentioned in the Cortland Chancellor game that there was a matchup of 2 very talented running backs. I think maybe the top 2 running backs in the area were featured in this game. Maybe I shouldn't be quite so fast. 2 of the top running backs in the area. Maybe that's a little bit more fair to say. But it's you know, they're in elite company here. Let's say
certainly, yeah.
Damone Drew for Brooke Point. Devin Ford, the freshman for North Stafford, 22 carries, 176 yards rushing. He fails to get into the end zone. But an interesting matchup here on the Stafford side and on the Spotsy side. 2 teams with very strong running games and very talented running backs.
Well, absolutely. And but I think maybe Brooke Point was the more physical team. And in fact, Devin Ford, one of my favorite quotes of the whole season so far, you know, told Taft at the game. We got our butts whooped. You know, I think they really feel like Brooke Point took it to them a little bit.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You know, maybe they did.
They were more physical and out-physicaled them.
Certainly.
If, that sounds like something a coach would say, right? Yeah. So an impressive victory. Brooke Point moves to 5-1 on the season. North Stafford still 4-2. How about power points for these 2 teams?
Okay, power points. We can do that. You know, these guys are all in the top half of 5A North, and you still got lots of those games between the Stafford schools to play. We're still going to see Massaponax and Mountain View.
Right.
You know, we're still going to see Massaponax and Brooke Point. We're still going to see Massaponax and North Stafford. They're going to still play Mountain View. It's so too early to call. These guys, I think, are all going to end up in the top half. They're going to end up playing at home. You know, but you know, as long as one team doesn't shut it down and take a bunch of losses, if they keep swapping and trading wins, you know, these are all going to be teams that are going to end up at home for the early rounds of the playoffs.
Yeah, impressive.
Yeah, certainly.
An exciting game with a very impressive outcome for Brooke Point. They get the 35-21 victory over North Stafford.